Can I tell you so? This is not, and yeah, I mean, I'm bracing myself to get gaslit a little bit on this, but this is fine. How do physicists know that the universe is constantly expanding? I get that they looked at some shit with the Hubble telescope and they analyzed its wavelength and it was like red shifted, which means that it must be further away than we expected it to be or something. Like, I listen, but how do they know? Like, is it not possible that like the universe is just red in all a little bit red in all directions? Is it possible that we're in the least red part of the universe and then it just gets redder and redder the further away from Earth you get? Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, science. Isaac Newton back in the 1200s is like, I wonder what happens if you mix vinegar and baking soda. And then it goes like, and he's like, check it out, guys, do it for yourself. And they're like, no, it'll never make a volcano. Whoa, he's right. But like, how are we testing Stephen Hawking's like theories and shit like that? Who's verifying Albert? If you're the smartest person in the world, who gets to peer review you? A bunch of dummies. You can outsmart them. We don't know if that stuff's real. We need to get an outside observer. We need to take like a photo. Like we need the universe to take like a selfie or something. But then like, I get they're having a reconciliation here, but we're talking about something real. When they say the universe is expanding, like what's expanding? Because the universe is everything that I can comprehend. Like my dumb ass cannot comprehend the universe existing in a medium outside of itself. Because everything that I comprehend is within the medium of the universe at the broadest level. So what the hell do you mean that it's expanding? The space itself is expanding? You're telling me like a meter today, if I measure something, it's a meter? If I measure it in a billion years, that same thing is going to be like 1.01 meters? What do you mean space is expanding? I'm not going to Google space inflation, okay? But if everything's expanding... okay, hear me out. We say expanding. Is it expanding like blowing up a balloon? Or is it expanding like you got like a saltwater taffy and you're going... Also, yes. What the fuck are you talking about? So if we imagine ourselves at the center of the universe, as my parents imagined me, the edges of the universe in 4 dimensions around us are getting further away from us at all times. But our ass is not getting bigger. Mine is. For everyone curious about the expansion of the universe, you should watch this guy's TED Talk. Could you just Cliff Notes it for me? Because, like, I don't want... It's, like, it's not that it's valueless information. It's just, like... We don't have a whole lot of time on planet Earth. That's not what the message said. Okay, it didn't say TED Talk. It said, like, Nobel Laureate acceptance speech or whatever. Like, I know what that means. Why ask them? Well, because I want to have the information. I want to get the treasure, but I don't want to dig. I want you to give me the treasure. I want you... I don't understand, man. Anytime anybody watches a video essay, they're always like, hey, I just watched a 3-hour essay on like why we use a serpentine cue. Let me tell you about it. And I'm like, please don't. And they're like, too late. I already started typing. Then this time I'm asking a genuine question from a place of curiosity. And people are like, I'm not going to tell you. You got to watch the video. I'm not going to tell you. Cyberbullying, man. Because this is not a forum for learning. We could change that. We could be like, we could be the world's first educational Twitch stream. It's not, A, we can't do that. And B, we would not be the first. That's insulting. But we could be the first streamer to beat Dredge while being insanely bad at the game. Some concepts are simply too complex for Twitch chat. Yes, but have you ever heard that you only truly understand something if you can explain it to a 5-year-old? Okay, let's go to this tiny island then. To the northwest. To the northwest, you say. I'm familiar with the Northwest. I live in the Northwest. It's west, it's to the north, it's the Northwest. Although it's in Canada, in Canadian terms, I live in the Southeast. Wait, no, I live in the Southwest. Most Canadian with the best direction sense. OMG, he does. Where do you live? I live in the Southwest. Oh, really? Like Arizona? No, Vancouver. Where are you going? I got way too many lamaus. Hello. I'm a fisherman. It's a pleasure to meet you all the same. I've not seen another soul in months. In fact, I could do with your help. I need help collecting samples to study. I was originally posted at the research outpost at the interior of the basin, but I was attacked. Lady! I'll do this for you, but you have to explain to me how we know that the universe is expanding. And don't be saying any stupid stuff about how, oh, like, background radiation keeps rising, because I don't know what that means, okay? It's just, if I held on to both ends of the universe, would my arms get ripped off of my torso? Put it in terms I can understand. We told you? I don't understand how what do you mean the distance between things is getting larger? Because, like, the distance between me and my monitor is not getting larger. Or if it is, it's doing so at such an imperceptibly slow rate that, like, the universe would not be expanding. It is? I thought it was expanding, like, super fast. It's expanding like continental drift or something, like a millimeter a year. It's at light speed? The further away you get, the further away from me that the universe gets, the faster it expands? You telling me my ass is character number 1 in the universe? What they discovered this shit before I was even born. What are you talking about? Albert Einstein's like, in 50 years, somebody's gonna get born that is, let's assume the frame of reference such as this person born in 1988. It doesn't make any sense, man. From every person's perspective, what if you put me on the edge of the universe? If you cloned me and put me at the edge of the universe, you're telling me both of them, it would be the me where it's expanding at its slowest point would also be expanding faster than the me at the edge of the universe, who's now at its slowest point as well? What? There's no edge? Okay, I know that you're right, but what is that? How can there be no edge, man? How can there be no edge? There is? There isn't? What do you... There's no center? I thought I was the center. It just keeps... We're moving the goalposts, man. First of all, through God, all things are possible. I don't get it, man. Did you see the post? Okay, so like I know that this has been all of Dredge today, although at least we did make it to a new island. I was laughing so hard. There was a tweet from a shitpost account that was like, let me get this straight. I eat like bread, lettuce, tomato, beef in a salad and it's healthy, but I put it all on a bun and it's unhealthy. The top reply to it made me lose my mind. It was, of course, a Twitter Blue subscriber, no disrespect. They said, yes, food is made of chemicals, and sometimes chemicals can have a reaction with each other. It's the basis of nutrition. They literally, motherfucker, thought when you put beef in between two pieces of bread, there's a chemical reaction that makes it bad for you. And then someone replied and said, that's not how it works at all. It's actually just that like bread and beef and cheese are not that good for you. They're like things you should eat in moderation. And they said, no, that's how it works. It might not be like the main reason that is bad for you, but it's one of the reasons. Yep. So true. It was one of the most, and I say this as somebody who's been, maybe trolling a little bit here, but it was one of the most insane things I have ever seen. That's actually why you can't leave Twitter. Like, I'm not addicted to, like, getting angry. I am addicted to seeing, like, every day I see a new thing that's like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. I feel so much better about myself reading that. And then also just seeing it and being like, A, I'm smarter than this person, at least in this domain, which feels great. But then there's like 70 motherfuckers click the like button on that shit. They're even dumber than the person who wrote it in the first place. Nothing makes me feel smarter than the fact that's like I'm getting a one up on like 70 people in one single passage of reading text. I remember the cooking at home is classist discourse. I vaguely remember that one. We did have some discussions about whether I'm the nasty one for not washing my chicken. We don't need to get into that. And the lady who was talking about seasoning, and she was like, when most people talk about seasoning, they're just talking about salt. You don't have to dump like a bunch of powder on top of all your food. You could literally just cut up the herbs and then put those on top instead. People came for her ass big time. And deservedly so. Not because she was wrong, but because she posted something on the internet. So, like, what did you expect? Do you understand the universe now? You know what I understood is I'm just going to trust the science, man. That's what I understand about the universe. My ass is going to stay here on my little, my data point, and I'm going to hold everything close because the universe is trying to pull it apart every day. How does that? The harder the universe pulls, the harder I'm going to squeeze to keep it within my grasp. All right, I'll send you over to my wife's stream. But apparently that shit will rip my arms off because the universe is expanding at the speed of light. Except never mind, because close to me it's not expanding at the speed of light. Close to me is almost imperceptible. But like another part of the universe, you haven't heard of it. She goes to school in Canada. She's expanding at an asymptotal mathematical value approaching the speed of light. Fucking, dude, what do they expect us to believe this?